Hi, this is Jody from Teachtopia TV, and this will be a brief tutorial on 3 core features of the Scratch environment. The first thing I'm going to show you today is how to change the stage or the background of the little game or program you're going to create. The second thing we're going to do is to change the sprite, create a new sprite or object that's going to be able to move around on the background. And the third thing we're going to do is actually program the keystrokes that are going to make it so our object can move around the environment or the background that we create. So let's go ahead and get going. So here we go. We're going to click on the stage left button. And then we're going to click background. And now we're going to edit. Right now it's a white background, not too exciting. Let's make it something a little more special. And let's do the little tool here. Let's make an oval. Very nice oval. And now we're going to make another oval, but let's make this oval green. We're going to do a little racetrack. That's what we're building. And this green is going to be right in the middle here, because every racetrack needs a green play area in the middle, or rest area, or whatever you want to call it. And then we will go ahead and put some text in it. Teachtopia Speedway. I'm going to move that text. Will they let me move the text? Let's see. Look how easy that was. Teachtopia Speedway. Great. So now I have a little background. Okay. I use the text tool right here to write Teachtopia Speedway. I use the oval to draw the black and green ovals. And notice there's a very simple paint editor. Then I simply go OK. Alright, so now our background looks great, except for the fact that we have this huge object called the Scratch Cat on it. We don't want that to be an object. Obviously a speedway is going to have some type of car or some object representing a car. So I'm going to right click on the Scratch Cat and go delete. And I'm now going to paint a new sprite. Again, a sprite in this program refers to any object that is going to appear on the screen and have movement or be animated or interact with one another. You could have multiple sprites within your program. But let's go paint new sprite. Here we go. We have our paint editor again. Let's go ahead and make our sprite. Let's make it very simple. Let's make it a little red dot. Now, of course, we can make some advanced drawing, but the purpose here is to show you that we could change the sprite and that we can move the sprite with keystrokes. So we're going to go ahead and make a red dot our object that we manipulate here. And by the way, we could all think of a video game or two where there might just be a little red dot or red ball. For example, Breakout or something like Arkanoid years ago, Pong even, or maybe a game that includes a ball where you'd have a moving ball, like baseball or football or something. If you make a little video game with that. But we're on a red ball here, or a red ball representing a car here, I guess. So let's go ahead and say OK. And here we have our red dot on the speedway. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move the red dot here. Now let's say, for the purpose of this video game, we want to make sure it always starts right here. Now, right here we see the coordinates x negative 142 and y negative 63. Let's remember that. Okay. So now we go into control. When green clicked, when green flag clicked, remember, as from our previous tutorial on our Hello World tutorial, when you click the green flag, you execute or start the program. So when flag clicked, let's say that motion the red circle always goes to this point. Let's see if that works. It sure does. So we know whenever we start our program, the red circle is going to start right there. But the purpose, we said today, was to see movement from our object. So let's go ahead and give it movement. Okay, and let's give it some controls. And let's go when space key pressed. And let's not do space. Let's do something like when, let's see what the choices are, when up arrow pressed, because we want to use a keystroke to move it up. When up arrow pressed, we want it to, let's go to motion, point in the direction. Let's say point in the direction. How about point in the direction up? And then let's say move 10 spaces. Or move 10 steps. Okay, now we could spend a long time doing these, moving these blocks over here, or we could do something like this. Right click, duplicate, right click, duplicate, right click, duplicate. Okay, so you could probably guess that we're not going to have the same script going over and over and over again, the same thing up, 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 because it only do the same thing. See, up was working here. But guess what? We want to be able to move up, down, left, and right. So let's change that to when, let's pull this down, when down arrow key pressed, let's say it points in the direction, let's look here, 180 down, and move 10 steps. Let's see if that works. I'm going to actually go on my keyboard right now and move it down, and it works. Notice how Scratch actually, you can click on it as well here. I'm clicking. It also emulates the idea if I was using a keyboard. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go left. When left arrow's pressed, and now let's say move in the direction 90, move 10 steps, and then we'll go when right arrow pressed, move in the direction right step, and then move 10 steps. Let's see if our tutorial is working out. I now have my fingers on the up, down, left, and right arrows, and let's see if it works. I am moving around just fine by using the arrow keys. Now, if I wanted to, notice I could have programmed any letter to take a place of the arrows. And in fact, you might want to do something like that. Say, for example, someone's on a laptop that doesn't have arrow keys, although most do. You could do something like this, where you could have the up arrow representing move in the direction 0 and move down, and you could also duplicate that, and you could have the, let's say, the A key representing the same exact move. So let's watch this. A also takes us, and the up arrow also takes us 10 degrees step up. So you could have multiple keys that do the same function. Okay, if I move too quick for you, go ahead back onto Teachtopia TV and simply watch this tutorial again, where we create the beginning of the Teachtopia Speedway. This was Jody from Teachtopia TV with a brief tutorial on how to change the background, which is the stage, how to create a very simple little sprite, and how to give that sprite movement. Thank you.